Hey you guys, and welcome back to Shadow Work Simplified. So in this video, we're going to go over the introduction. Alright, we're going to run back all of my shorts that you found in my shorts playlist. We're going to put all of that into this video form, and we're going to run it all back. We're going to go over everything that we've learned. So, if you got your Shadow Work journal, man, let's start over. Let's go back to the very beginning where the father of Shadow Work left us a quote at the beginning of the journal. It says, "Unless you learn to face your own shadows, you will continue to see them in others, because the world outside of you is only a reflection of the world inside of you." I know that's right. So, what is shadow work? I summed it all up on the second page, first paragraph. That's where I summed up everything that is shadow work. It says shadow work is the process of revealing, accepting, and integrating these parts of yourself that you have repressed or rejected. The techniques in the Shadow Work Journal will allow you to dive into unconscious pockets of repressed emotions and transcend the negative effects they currently have on your well-being. That is what shadow work is. It's about revealing what is unconscious in our life and bringing it to the forefront and making it conscious. That is what I believe shadow work is. Why it's important is on the next page, and man, this whole page is highlighted for me, you guys, because why it's important is just your pains and your triggers can be guides to help you understand what you deeply care about, bringing you closer to your life purpose. Conversely, you'll come to identify toxic patterns in your life and change them completely. See, I couldn't change what I didn't like about myself until I was aware of it. Now, I love myself. I'm aware of my emotions. I'm aware of my thought process. And if I don't like something, if I don't like what I'm thinking about, I can actively change that. Shadow work is important because it will help you develop courage, confidence to face the unknown, and embody your whole self. Now, it also goes on to say the other part of not doing shadow work. Failure to face and to deal with these shadow elements can be the seed of adversities and prejudice between unrepresented groups or individuals, and can trigger anything from small argument to a major war. That's a huge page, huge paragraph. I love that the author also gave us the other end of the spectrum as well. I thought that was super important. The next page is the father of shadow work, which is Carl Jung. Okay, I'm sorry you guys, I accidentally pronounced the J, and I knew that from watching Blow, that was pronounced Young, but my bad. Carl Jung is the one that came up with the process of shadow work. Understanding our psyche is on the next page, and it gives us Carl Jung's model of the psyche, and that is kind of hard for me to grasp. Like, I was looking at these circles inside of circles: ego, shadow, inner world, outer world. And it took me a little bit to really understand this model, but by studying the pages, it really helped me. One of the key benefits of understanding the psyche is increased self-awareness. When we have greater understanding of our thoughts, feelings, and emotions, we can make more conscious choices, improve our relationships with others, and reduce anxiety and emotional distress. Now, Carl Jung believed that by exploring the unconscious mind, we could gain a deeper understanding of our motivations, reactions, behaviors, and then make changes and live more authentic lives. Man, I completely agree. 100% completely agree. That's why I thought this book was so awesome, and I wanted to share it with others. On the next page, man, we got mind traps. Okay, and I didn't really go over this a lot in my shorts, but mind traps are, they're just conditioning from society. The backfire effect, framing effect, negativity bias. These are things that you can explore on that page that make you look inwardly. Negativity bias. Do you allow negative things to disproportionately influence your thinking? I do. Backfire effect. When your core beliefs are challenged, it can cause you to believe in them more strongly. One example is whenever a racist redneck hears, that it's not okay to be racist, it makes him more racist. It's like he goes into racist mode. So the backfire effect is very real as well. Now the next page, how to do shadow work. This journal itself is all shadow work. It's all integrating exercise and doing shadow work. Shadow work involves exploring those unconscious aspects of ourselves in a safe, controlled environment. This can include journaling, meditation, therapy, or working with a spiritual teacher or a guide. Guys, getting on here, subscribing to my page, and wanting to do this with me, you're already doing shadow work. You're already wanting to explore what is unconscious about yourself and bring it forward. If you've been doing gratitude journaling with me or taking part in my online TikTok community, you've been doing shadow work for over a year. We just have a tool now. God gave us a tool so that we can do it together and really learn some more about it. We all have multiple parts to ourselves, and if we don't embrace the entirety of our being, we won't be able to live a whole, authentic life. The progress of integrating the shadow leads to self-acceptance, forgiveness, and unconditional love. And then we go on to learn the difference in emotions. And y'all, I thought that was so awesome. The importance of grounding, using grounding techniques, and really knowing the difference in our emotions was, man, that fire, absolute fire. It's important to ground yourself before doing shadow work, which is also talked about on this page. Going outside, setting up a safe, controlled environment. I like to light candles, get a good YouTube sound going. You know, it's got some good healing frequency. That's how I like to do shadow work, man. I like to dim the lights. I'm actually about to redo my whole corner over here to make it a more welcoming and inviting environment to do shadow work and other mental health exercises. So having a safe, controlled environment to look inward is everything, man. And I thought that was super important that they gave that to us in this book. Sensory stimulation, oils and things I was just talking about, and deep breathing. Box breathing, square breathing, whatever you want to call it. It helps tremendously before I start shadow work. How to spot your shadow self on the next page. Look at mine. I wanted to know, and I learned that my shadow self is the self that wants to go use. My shadow self is the one that wants to go take part in dope chicken activities that I don't do any longer. Recognizing patterns, noticing triggers. Often your shadow feels threatened or hurt whenever you're noticing your triggers. Paying attention to my dreams. I was having a lot of using dreams recently, and noticed that, you know, those using thoughts were affecting my sleep. And although I don't act on those thoughts any longer, those thoughts still exist, and I can actively put them out in front of me and then do something about them. That's all from doing shadow work and knowing that I have control of my thought process now, and I can lay it in front of me. I don't have to act on every impulsive thought that I have. Integrating shadow work. Guys, I have a video about emotional freedom techniques in the shorts, and it was so important, and I hope you guys didn't just blow by it. These emotional freedom techniques of tapping is one of the most groundbreaking and amazing things that I've ever been able to learn in my life whenever it comes to anxiety. Tapping these points on my body, underneath my chin, under my nose, beside my eyes, under my arms. These are points on my body where I tap and think positively, speak positive things over my life, and just gently tap with 2 fingers. I will begin to feel better and my heart rate will go down. The EFT tapping is such a powerful technique, and I really hope that you guys study that, and I really hope that you guys learn to use that as part of your tool belt whenever it comes to mental health. Emotional triggers, right? We went over that, the difference in our emotions, because if I don't know the difference in the emotions that I'm experiencing, I could label something jealousy whenever it's really anger. I could label something regret whenever it's really fear. You know, so knowing the difference in my emotion was everything whenever it comes to being able to change those emotions. So that is the introduction to the Shadow Work Journal. That is everything, all of the shorts. And now we move in to Shadow Work Journal techniques. Thank you guys so much for being part of my new YouTube channel. Thank you so much for allowing me to be here and take part in my own life. being able to explore aspects of myself that I didn't know I could explore. God has given me so many tools and an awesome community to share it with. So thank you guys so much. And if you're new here, don't hesitate to subscribe. Like, subscribe, be part of the family, man. We would love to have you. Thank you guys so much.